welcome. Well, here we are in the hills of Donegal for one of the most anticipated rallies of the season, the Wilton Recycling Donegal International Rally. And yes, this is a special one. All involved immerse their heart, souls, dedication and commitment into bringing you 20 spectacular stages penciled all around the Donegal County, so both competitors and spectators alike can reap the benefits of the rewards. Of those stages will be tackled here today on day one, and similar to last year, day one will be a bit of an even playing field as the stages chosen have not been used in over a decade. So to come out of day one unscathed and in a good position will almost be a victory in itself.
First up, as usual, the ceremonial start, where we get to see the main protagonists, as a maximum entry will tackle some of the most renowned stages in the country, such as Mallinhead, Knockalla and Atlantic Drive, across the 3 days of jam-packed action in Donegal. Derry's Callum Devine's the top seed and will be determined to defend his maiden Donegal victory from 12 months ago, but not in his usual VW Polo, as the Derryman has now switched to a Skoda Rally 2 for the event.
The wee polo was actually going well there, and obviously this weekend now we've made the jump pretty last minute now to this new Skoda, but yeah, it's pretty special to have the first one in Ireland and UK. So look, it's a nice weekend for it to debut. No better place in Donegal.
Seeded second, Keith Cronin has been the driver on form so far this year, and the 2016 Irish Tarmac champion is looking for his third win in this year's series.
We don't need to win here. We do need more wins, but we don't need to win every one of them. So yeah, that'll be in the back of my mind. But at the same time, anything can happen in rallying. You can make a mistake anywhere at any time, especially in a long rally like this. So yeah, see how it goes.
Cronin won the first 2 rounds in Galway and West Cork, but then lost out to Welshman Matt Edwards, the 3-time British champion in the Fiesta on the Circuit of Ireland, when the latter outfoxed him on tyre choice late in the event.
I think we've justified our pace the last couple of years, and it's just been a case of trying to string it together this year. And we put a lot of work in behind the scenes. We've done a bit of testing with the car, learned a fair bit, and the usual work with the pace notes and that side of things. So yeah, I think we're ready to win at last.
Having missed the opening rounds, Welsh ace Marion Evans was back to contest Donegal's top stages in his newly acquired Toyota Yaris Rally 2.
Always brings out the best entry, the best drivers, and it's no different this year. So it'll be interesting. It'll be a long 3 days again as usual. The weather looks a bit dodgy for tomorrow, but look, it's great to be back. The crowd here is unreal as always, and yeah, I'm looking forward to getting stuck in.
Kevin Gallagher is the defending 2-wheel or national rally champion, and the local driver will be confident that home advantage helps despite the change in stages this year.
I think it's a good change. They're probably, I think, only 3 of the stages actually the same as last year, so it's all changed up a wee bit. But no, it's nice to get into new territory, and it'll sort of be an even feel for everybody, I suppose, going out in the morning.
The Donegal International Rally, with the ceremonial start taking place in the Letterkenny Town Centre, before the crews will tackle 6 stages during Friday, followed by 8 on Saturday and 6 on Sunday. And another who has high hopes was the Scot David Bogie, the 2011 British Rally Championship winner, who is tackling the Donegal stage in his Mark II Ford Escort.
Here, I think it's the atmosphere in the stages, especially the atmosphere. That's why we keep coming back. The welcome you get here, the atmosphere, the support, it's fantastic. So yeah, it's Irish rallying at its best.
Those taking part vary and include Noel and Conor Harvey, father and son, who are former and current competitors, with a story to tell before the off.
I mean, now if you go back to 1971, or the very first rally, like, it was totally different. No race suits. We had to wear helmets. It was about the only concession we had. We went out in our t-shirts and our jeans, and great memories of Donegal,
Yeah, I was rallying earlier. I used to steal Noel's car the odd June weekend and get out to Donegal, so it was always the highlight of the year, so it was great to do it. In 2014, which is 10 years ago now, we were second overall in the national, so that was probably my highlight,
Now to the action and an update on the leaders after Friday's opening 6 stages and day 1. Stage 1 was dry, however rain clouds came in for the rest of the day, catching out lots of crews on wrong tyres, perhaps looking for a bit of divine intervention. Matt Edwards was hoping to be third time lucky after an accident and mechanical issues scuppered his 2 previous Donegal assaults. Edwards had eked out their lead and was ahead through the first 3 stages in the Fiesta.
6 left to bumps and jump, 5 right minus, 80 left into drop jump, 80 lead, 4 left minus in, 150 over crest, chicane, 4 bales right entry on crest.
He was overtaken by Keith Cronin on stage 4, but he regained the lead on stage 5, and his lead after 6 stood at 12 seconds. Cronin was playing a bit of catch-up in the early stages as the weather closed in on the competitors, but his persistence paid off, and by the end of stage 4 he now led Edwards by 0.9 of a second. However, the 4-time British champion crashed out on stage 5, ending his Donegal rally. The top seed Callum Devine found it hard to get dialed into his new car, especially with the tricky conditions having switched from VW to Skoda Rally 2, the car's first involvement on an Irish Tarmac Championship round. But with Cronin out now, the defending Donegal champion was second after 6 stages and day 1, 12 seconds off Edwards. Colin McCourt was third after day 1, 12.8 seconds off Devine after 6. McCourt saying more or less the same thing coming into service, that the tricky conditions weren't easy. Josh Moffat, who won in Donegal in 2022, was 4th after 6 stages, 52.8 seconds off the leader, having to contend with pop-off valve issues in the Citroen, which didn't help in his bid to win in the Northwest for a second time. The Welshman Marion Evans has been competing on the British Rally Championship this year, but for Donegal he brought out his new Toyota Yaris Rally 2, and he was 5th after 6 stages, just 3 seconds behind Moffat as he was trying to build confidence in the new Yaris. David Kelly and Dean O'Sullivan in the VW Polo. Kelly from Donegal was perhaps the driver of the rally last time around in Killarney, finishing a fine 6th. But he overshot on stage 2 in Donegal, claiming a wrong tyre choice. After 6, Kelly was only 1.8 seconds though, behind Evans.
Stop, 2 left, half long, sudden turn hairpin right, gravel. Big sudden hairpin right. 250.
Desi Henry was seated at number 8, but he had a disappointing opening day as he punctured on stage 1 and was almost last of the entire field at one stage. He retired the Citroen at service. Declan Boyle, the 2014 Donegal winner, struggled with the conditions on what was always a big event for the Boyle family, with sons Michael and Matthew also competing. Declan's pub, Sonny McSwine's, is also a hub of activity on rally weekend.
It's the best rally going, to be fair, Donegal International. I've been doing it since 2009, led it in 2013 and went out with brake failure. Won it in 14, led it again in 1 minute and 52 seconds in 16. I was leading it in 19 when I went off the road against poor Craig Bríd. And brilliant rally, and we love it. And it means an awful lot to business, every business in the town here, from bar, restaurants, shops, petrol stations and everything else. It brings probably 40, 50, 60,000 people here to Donegal every year, and you know, it amounts to millions of pounds, and it's great for the local community.
Yeah, Donegal's Christmas in June now for us, so we're really looking forward to 3 tough days of it, and hopefully now, hopefully we can be competitive, and it'll be good.
When I was a young lad, I was looking at Dad and Brian and the Mark II, Subaru, the Fiesta, the whole way up to the Polo, and I'm still watching him in the Citroen. My dream now is to win this rally at some stage now. If I'd done that now, I'd be happy enough.
all of the rallying that we do for the year is all about Donegal International, trying to be on the times and on the ball.
Adrian Ray was caught out on slicks when the rain came down. Nevertheless, he was 8th after stage 6, 23.5 seconds off Boyle. Michael Boyle suffered an early setback when he broke his right front suspension on the very first stage. That was fixed at service, and he was glad to get to the end of day 1 in 9th in the VW Polo.
3 left and 10 over crest. 50. 3 right don't. Continues over crest. 3 right don't. Continues. 60. Absolutely 6 left over crest and stopping at 50 for 3 right double time. Wipe out over crest. Absolute 5 left and 80.
10th overall, James Ford, 11.4 seconds off Michael Boyle. He admitted that he struggled big time with the conditions. Gary Jennings, a 2-time winner in Donegal, was another driver just glad to get through Friday's stages, lying outside the top 10 after a challenging day in his right-hand drive Ford Fiesta. Onto the modified or national class. After 6 stages, local man Declan Gallagher led, but he complained that the hard compound tyre he selected didn't suit the opening loop. The softer tyres worked better on the repeat, and he was leader in his own backyard.
Right, 60 over bumps, about 3 right over crest here, and a 1 left over crest bumps, 40 to 4 left the in. 40 over bumps, so a short, 4 right don't cut, short 4 right don't cut here, and a crest jump 60, left on crest bump, 60 over crest bump, the big here, long 4 right, big here.
It was a similar story for the Darien of Kevin Gallagher, who also complained about his tyre choice. Nevertheless, he was 2nd in the Nationals after 6 on day 1. No luck for the former champion Kevin Eves, who was full of the joys when he lined up at the start of the opening stage. However, he retired on the opener. If you listen closely, it sounds like the engine conked out as it passed our camera point. Damien Tourish also went out on the first stage, but he rejoined under Rally 2 rules to enjoy his local stages over the remaining 2 days. Mark Alcorn was another local to go out on the opener in the Ford Escort Mark II. Gary McPhillips is a 2-time national winner in Donegal. He was holding 3rd in modified after day 1 in his Ford Escort Mark II. Conor Harvey, a local fan favourite, was leading the 2-litre Class 13 battle despite this overshoot on Special Stage 2. Well, it was a long drive for Colm and Kieran O'Donoghue, this year's Killarney winner, making his Donegal debut and loving it despite the long trek from the kingdom to the northwest in their green machine, Ford Escort Mark II.
Black crest, 200 over crest and bumps. Fast turn, square left at the sign. Gravel, watch it. All right, okay, come on. Flat 2 right, all right, steady up now, Carl, listen. Flat 1 right, over crest 130. 1 left 200. Right on flat crest 200 to chicane. Right entry 4. 250 up the middle over finish. 2, well done.
David Bogey is a previous winner and regular visitor to Ireland. no issue until his escort developed a bad misfire on the final stage of day one. David Moffat with Martin Connolly calling the notes, both from County Monaghan, were going well in the 2.4 litre started. Not so for the similar machine of his brother Richard, who was going well until an off on stage 4 dropped him way down the leaderboard. Ex-British Rally champion Desi Keenan from County Monaghan in the Mark II Ford Escort had been mixing it with the frontrunners until picking up a puncture on stage 2. He admitted to a poor tyre choice for the afternoon loop, which made for plenty of sideways action for the spectators. Some great in-car shots of Keenan.
Down to Kink, right, left, 200. And the chicane here now. 150 out of it. Torn square right and it's tight. 200. Caution, 5 left at the wall. 80 up the middle.
Oliver Benton, the English driver, back for another go at Donegal, trailing Conor Harvey by over 30 seconds for the lead in Class 13. The newly crowned Carlow Mark II Challenge champions, Frank and Laura Kelly, were having their usual white knuckle ride in baby blue.
Fast 3 right long, 270. 3 right long, 270. To flat 1 right, 130. Middle crest, 200 chicane. Flat 1 right, 130. Middle flat crest, 200. Tight chicane, 4-wheel right entry. Tight chicane, 4-wheel right entry.
It's very slippy. I'm sure everybody's complaining about the same thing. That third stage is just horrendous. We're on slick tyres. You can feel the audacity of your pants that you have no grip. You just have to go with it.
Unsurprisingly, with conditions as they were, there was plenty of thrills and spills across the 6 stages in day one. Let's have a look at the top 3 in the Rally 4, leading overnight. Ryan McHugh and Derek Boyle from County Donegal, well in their home patch. Second, the Peugeot Rally 4 of Kyle McBride and Darren Mullen. And the Welsh pairing of Ian Lloyd and Cian Williams in the Peugeot 208 Rally 4 were in third place. And so, with some very soaked spectators heading for home, let's catch up with the rally leaders.
No doubt that it's a good position to be in. Everything seems to be working well, the pace seems to be there, so yeah, we're happy.
Yeah, look, we knew it would take a day anyway to try and get the hang of this thing, and we had both conditions. We had dry this morning and now it was wet and muddy, so yeah, plenty to learn very quickly.
End of day one, thank God. You know, we put on some good enough times the other day, happy enough. You know, it's good to be this far because it's very slippy in there in that last one, and big day ahead tomorrow, and get a good night's sleep now tonight.
You know, we had a good day. Home stage first thing in the morning, so hopefully should be nice to get into it.
So at the end of day one, Matt Edwards has a 12-second lead from Callum Devine. Cathal McCordon's in third, ahead of Josh Moffat and Marion Evans in the Yaris. Join us for part 2 shortly of the Donegal International Rally 2024. Welcome back to the Mount Errigal Hotel in Letterkenny, headquarters once again for the Wilton Recycling Donegal International Rally. There's always a buzz around the town on rally weekend with all sorts of cars on show. But one display that really stands out is that of PJ Will Hare, a former competitor and founding member of the Donegal Motor Club. PJ has an enviable collection of cars from throughout the years and a lasting connection to the first stage on day 2 of this year's event.
When we formed the Donegal Motor Club in January 1970, our very first competitive event was the Knockall climb. That was my big day, where I drove the Firecrest on August 29th, 1970, and I rode it off in a big way. Very, very lucky to come out of it alive. But to this day, it's called Will Hare's Corner, so it'll probably be still Will Hare's when I go. My very first rally in anger when we started the Donegal Motor Club was the Rally of the Rosses in 1971, driving the ex-Robert Ward Woolmont modified Mark II GT Cortina. And in that rally, there was 5 Donegal men that year, and Eamon Harvey was running very close behind me. But after 17 stages, Eamon and me had the exact same time. We had one more stage to do, which was a 5.5 mile. I beat him by 5 seconds to win the Donegal Award and won the class. This is a 1974 Mark I RS 2000, which is the ex-Norman Kerr. Was my last time out in 16. We won the historic just by a mere 30 seconds, but we got the result anyway, and I started running it again back 10 years ago. Did 4 or 5 Donegal rallies with it, had a bit of success. This is 1974 on the Ballyar Bridge. Sitting with me in that particular stage there is Seamus McGettigan, which we went on to win the Group 1 with that year, and with a few other successes as well, but that was one of the good rallies. This is the 1984 911 Carrera. This is a 1987 328 GTS, and actual fact it's one of 100 in right-hand drive, limited edition. This here's a 1982. I bought it in 84. I have it now 40 years. It's a Lotus Esprit Turbo limited edition dry sump. In actual fact, in that colour of that year, there was just 50 of them built in right-hand drive. I went to America on a vacation back in 1990. I always wanted a Corvette, but I wanted the Daytona model with the 427 7-litre 500 horsepower. I was looking out the window at where I was staying and I saw this vet passing up. So to make a long story short, I went up and I said to him, "Do you mind if I have a look at your car?" He says, "Not at all," but he says, "Not for sale." He says, "I'm after spending 25 grand on it." I says, "Okay, maybe someday I'll find one." But before I left, he said to me, "Would you like to buy it?" So I bought the Corvette, paid him for it, sent it to Baltimore. He shipped it to Southampton in England and drove it from Southampton to here.
This is the infamous Knockall, the opening stage on day 2 of the Wilton Recycling Donegal International Rally. The stage begins with a fast-flowing coastal route, and it's adored by the competitors with a sprinkle of trepidation. It's also adored by the spectators, and they get up here in the early hours to obtain the best spectating seat in the house. Well, it's not hard to understand why.
And so to the action on day 2 of the Donegal International and the first 4 stages of the 8 to be run on the Saturday of the latest round of the Irish Tarmac Rally Championship. And with Keith Cronin out, Matt Edwards continues to lead. After 10 stages, the Fiesta driver has a 13.9 second advantage. The Welsh driver's crew has been making minor tweaks to the setup of the Fiesta as they go, but no issues reported really by Edwards.
Line into 4 left minus and very long. 60, late 4 left fast, right tightens flat 5, early 5 left line, 250 down, tight 2 right slippy.
Callum Devine was adapting quickly to the new Skoda and improving with each stage. The defending Donegal and indeed Irish Tarmac Championship winner from 2023 was keeping Edwards honest at the head of affairs at the midway point of this year's event. Cahan McCourt and Brian Hoy remained in third place in the Fiesta, some 45 seconds adrift of Edwards after 10 and just over 30 seconds behind Devine. It's still all to play for in the battle for the podium places. Marion Evans had a minor altercation with a hay bale but was going well and was now up to fourth in the Yaris from his overnight position of fifth. He was some 17 seconds off McCourt. Evans too was eyeing him up the podium place.
Right, to 2 right, open, 4, right, very long, 2 right, going down past the hay by 8, 2 right, keep in the spread, flat press, 8, left 1 right, keep in, 100.
Today's been quite good actually. We were second and third fastest on that first loop, very close to the fastest time, so quite a good step to be fair. We had a small issue yesterday which it didn't feel too bad, but maybe it was holding us back a bit, but yeah, today's been good, I'm enjoying it.
Josh Moffat switched places with Evans on the first stage of day 2, and by the end of 10, the Monaghan driver was now 11.8 seconds off Evans. There's still a long way to go in this year's event, and Moffat has the experience to cut down Evans' advantage over the remaining 10 stages. Breathing down Moffat's neck, however, were David Kelly and Dean O'Sullivan in the VW Polo. The Polo survived some hard landings and an overshoot, but the Polo crew were a mere 3.5 seconds off Moffat.
Flat 3 left, half long, 80. Hug very fast, 3 left plus, 80. Left side, middle over big flat crest, jump for 40. Very long, flat 3 right minus, flat 1 left, 180. Slowing left up big crest, only 60. Narrow chicane, right entry, 4.
An overshoot cost us about 10 seconds or so. So look, we're looking to push on up here now this time. We felt we had a good spin over other than the overshoot, you know. So no, we're comfortable, happy to go now.
11th after stage 1, Declan Boyle, the former Irish Tarmac Championship winner, was making his way up the leaderboard. He was now 7th after 10 in his Citroën C3 Rally 2, but he'd have to go some to get past Kelly over the remaining 10 stages, being some 28.4 seconds behind.
Well, listen, I've been here since 2009, and today is the biggest gang of spectators I've seen in the whole time since 2009. Even further on up, you know, when you go over this famous bridge there with a bale on it, and it's flat out through a big jump and a house on the right inside there. But the whole way to the next crossroads is just full of people. But it's great to see. Great county, and just Donegal has it all, that's it.
Michael Boyle was not happy with his pace. He felt he was lacking a bit of commitment and confidence. He was 8th in the Polo at the midway point of this year's event. The English crew of James Ford and Neil Shanks in the Citroën C3 Rally 2 were 9th overall after 8 stages, but their rally ended there, going out on the second run of Knockalla. After a difficult opening day, conditions for day 2 were suiting Gary Jennings much better as he climbed into the top 10 with co-driver Rory Kennedy.
Quite a few rally fans and followers to impress here this weekend, Gary.
Yeah, it's great to come here with some new sponsors this year, so it's great to see them come out, turn out in service with their families. So yeah, it's more a social aspect for us now, but it's great to see everybody come out and enjoy it.
John, you've been competing in this sport, in this county, for over 4 decades. I'm sure you've seen some changes over the years.
Oh, unbelievable. The first international rally was in '79 with Matt Doherty, the minute. But since that night, the RFI cars and even like all the World Rally cars in the last couple of years, some changed, like so fast at the minute, and all the young boys are just leaving us boys behind at the minute. It's time to retire.
Next up were the two-wheel drive modified machines, with Kevin Gallagher hoping to make home event counts going into Knockalla.
This particular stage is close to your heart.
Yeah, look, home stage, and look, we always go well on here, so you always can get that little jump of time on it. So now hopefully we can get another good run on it this time again.
It may be his home stage, but they do say that sometimes knowing the stage too well could be to your detriment.
Aye, sometimes I suppose, but I don't know. I never done one past my own house, so I can't tell you.
Unsurprisingly, the Knockalla resident took over the two-wheel drive lead on the opening stage. Even had time for a spin on stage 8 and still maintained that advantage. Declan Gallagher and John McCarthy had no answer to Kevin on Knockalla, but did set the fastest modified time on the 10th stage in the Toyota Starlet rear-wheel drive. Gary McPhillips had no answer to the pace of the two local lads at the head of the modified battle, but the Monaghan driver was maintaining third place ahead of another former winner, David Bogey. The Scottish ace was beginning to put pressure on McPhillips now that Friday's misfire was well and truly sorted.
You keep returning for more to Donegal, David. It must be an event that you hold close to your heart.
Yeah, absolutely. Stages, atmosphere, and especially when the weather's dry like this, we're getting some serious grip out there. So, yeah, really enjoying it.
Mechanical issues saw the O'Donohues, Colin and Kieran, drop their Ford Escort Mark II into Rally 2 on the first run of Knockalla. Gearbox trouble made for a challenging morning for David Moffat, but after 10 stages, he and Martin Connolly were fifth in the national class in the Toyota Starlet.
No second or third, so they changed the gearbox in the middle of the day, so we lost a bit of time with no paddle change for a loop, and lost a bit of time in the middle of the day, lost a bit of ground, but got back going, got back out.
Now look at some of the other modified or national class competitors, and leading Class 13, Conor Harvey and Eamon Doherty from County Donegal going well in the Ford Escort Mark II on their local stages.
Yeah, not too far from home now, so it's kind of the annual outing if I can get out every year, so something to look forward to every June, and we don't get out too many other times, but so far so good this year.
Desi Keenan, 14th in the modified after stage 2, was working his way through. He was 6th in the national class after 10 stages and 20th on the overall leaderboard in the Mark II.
4 left, 100, and then stay mid into hairpin right. Stay mid into hairpin right. 150 up. 150 up. Good man. Hairpin left. Go 60. Hairpin left. Go 60. Long one left. Long one left. Go out for 3 left at the sign.
Desi, great to see you back on the Donegal stages. I'm sure you're enjoying this weekend.
Oh, aye, on you, Bríd. Good to see you back again. Yeah, no, it's brilliant. We're having a good old time now. It's we're well out of the race, but so we're just enjoying ourselves. We got a puncher yesterday, so we'll hopefully keep going on and get to the finish anyway.
Father and daughter Frank and Lauren Kelly going well from County Tyrone in the Ford Escort Mark II. While moving up one place on stage 10, Conor Curley and Nigel Fraser in their Mark II.
The 3 left over crest opens. 42 right, 80 downhill. Caution, 2 right and 2 right tightens, and 4 right stay neat. 80 through dip. 3 right to middle over flat crest. 100.
Martin McCormack and Barney Mitchell from County Derry. They were competing in the BMW Mark III, but going well in the National or Modified Series. John Bonner is the son of the former Donegal winner Vincent Bonner. He and John Michael O'Donnell from County Donegal were competing in a Ford Escort Mark II.
Have you been enjoying it so far?
Yeah, we've had a bit of problems on yesterday morning, and then we had a good run yesterday evening, and then the stage was stopped twice this morning, so we're only kind of getting going now again, but I'm enjoying it.
Martin and Johnny McGee from County Donegal, mechanical issues saw them drop into Rally 2. What about the Rally Class 4? Well, Ryan McHugh and Declan Boyle in the Ford Fiesta Rally 4 took over the lead of the class on the final stage of day 1, and they held onto it after 10 stages. Fourth overnight in RC4, now up to second after 10 stages, Keelan Grogan and Ayrton Sherlock in their Peugeot 208. Colin McBride led after 5. He was second after 9, but he lost that second place to drop to third place on stage 10 in the Peugeot Rally 4 car. The Welsh pairing of Lloyd and Williams were second at one point, but they dropped out altogether on stage 9, ending their involvement. So as the hordes of fans decamp from Knockalla, we catch up with the rally leaders with 4 stages remaining on day 2.
It must be a difficult balancing act being in the lead of a rally like this.
It's not much of a balance. You just got to keep going for it, really. The 14 seconds hasn't been easily had, so we've just got to keep going at the pace we are to try and even just keep that gap. Callum's obviously going very well, so we've got to keep matching him to at least maintain that lead.
And you've got to be comfortable and confident with the car right now after all of the stage miles you've completed to date this weekend.
Yeah, it's feeling good. We're confident with it. We're still trying a few little things, a click or two here or there, which is, has made some difference, which we're noticing. So it's just a lottery with the tyres still. There's a little bit of a chance of rain later, and so we've got to take all that into account still.
Are you going to find an answer for Matt?
I hope so. So I do. But no, fair play to him. He's going hard, and not only Matt. Like the guys behind us are within a second or 2 seconds. So no, it's definitely. I'd say it's good watching for everybody. What was that last stage there? We got the bogey time. We would have got a wee bit back, but that's the way it is. It just shows you the pace for all that. But no, 2 new stages now again. Hopefully we can get some time back.
Do you have any amendments to be made in service here? Are you comfortable enough with the setup right now?
It's just hard to know because it's looking like it's going to rain here again. So we changed the setup a bit this morning for it being dry, and now they're chatting about rain. So here we'll see how it goes. We're going to carry 2 wet tyres in the boot just in case, so we can flick them on at the end of the stage and see how that goes. But no, in general, the car's good.
This is the top 5 then as we head to the break. Matt Edwards has a 13.9 second lead from Callum Devine. Cathal McCourt is in an excellent third ahead of Marion Evans, and Josh Moffat is in 5th place. Join us for part 3 of this year's Donegal International Rally after the break.
Glen Village, it's a hub of excitement and hype during rally weekend in Donegal, and today is no different. The fans line the village here in Glen in anticipation of their motorsport heroes, and they're never left disappointed.
Well, it's good to see Plum Tyndall, one of the stalwarts of rally coverage in Ireland down the years, amongst the fans as we conclude the action on day 2 and the 4 remaining stages. High Glen and Lochiel will be run twice, completing Saturday's schedule. Matt Edwards is hoping it'll be third time lucky after an accident and mechanical issues scuppered his previous 2 Donegal assaults. And after day 2, he leads by 16.2 seconds.
Flat 5 right, short line, 150 over bumps. Flat 5 left, minus line, 150. Flat crest, 100. Late 5 left, long, okay to bump, 100. Step crest, jump, 100. Right tightens 3, tightens long. Tightens long.
Callum Devine's the top seed, defending his maiden Donegal victory from 12 months ago, but he can't quite get to grips with Edwards. Marion Evans and Jonathan Jackson are now into 3rd place in the Toyota Yaris Rally 2, 37.7 seconds off 2nd place Devine.
light, right over back side 150 up. Middle over crest 60, 1 left over crest again, slow 70, very loose, long 1 left to 4, only 50, very loose, turn 9 right. 400 down.
Colin McCourt lost his third place to Marion Evans on the final stage of day 2. His Ford Fiesta is now 6 seconds behind the Welshman's Toyota Yaris Rally 2. It was also a very good last stage to day 2 for David Kelly and Dean O'Sullivan in the VW Polo. They've moved past Josh Muffin and up into 5th place, 9.5 seconds now behind Colin McCourt.
Lap 1 right 60, lap 1 right 100. Square left.
Down to 6th place, Josh Moffat and Andy Hayes in the Citroen R2. Declan Boyle and Patrick Walsh held a steady 7th place in the Citroen C3 Rally 2 car. They're almost a minute behind
and 1 left to the
Moffat.
finish, absolute. 100, 3 left, cut. 100, stop dead.
Danger suspension. Fucking danger suspension.
Oh, it's fun though.
Gary Jennings is into the top 10 with Rory Kennedy, the experienced Rory Kennedy indeed, alongside him in the notes of the Ford Fiesta. Up 1 place from 10th to 9th on the final stage of day 2. The Toyota started rear-wheel drive of Declan Gallagher and John McCarthy. They also led the modified section.
And flat over crest, go, 80 up the main. And a 1 left, go, 100 down over bad bumps. It's go, 100 down over bad bumps. 2 left over crest bump here, 40. And a 1 left over crest bump, 80. Flat to the finish.
Second in modified, and just 1 second behind Gallagher now, after dropping into 2nd place on that final stage, the Darien T90 of Kevin Gallagher and Ryan Moore. Michael Boyle and Dermot McCafferty in the VW Polo are sitting in 11th place overall on the standings, with a day's rally to be completed.
4 past sign, 80. The line for an absolute 4 left, 120. Absolute 6 right, 120 over long crest, and 80. Stopping a 5 left for 53, that takes the wall. 180 over bridge. Absolute 6 left over crest.
30 seconds off Michael Boyle, Stuart Darcy and JJ Kremen in another VW Polo. In 13th place, Joe McGonigal and Kieran McGeaney in their Citroen C3 Rally 2, 34.6 seconds off 12th place Stuart Darcy. Well, the rain came down for the second run through the High Glen stage, which made for an entertaining afternoon for those gathered at Glen Village. Let's catch up with the historic section now, which got underway at the beginning of day 2 at Knockalla. And leading, Michael McDade and Declan Casey in the Ford Escort RS 1800. Second, Tommy O'Connell and Paul Hughes in a Ford Escort. They're 16.4 seconds off the leaders.
These mammoth stages in Donegal must be a really tiresome drive in an historic car like these.
Oh, it's tiresome. Surely my arms are killed steering, and then the brakes is weird, and I'm losing them every couple of miles for the end of every stage, and it's just, you're coasting then at the end, but I enjoy it. I
was going to say, it doesn't sound enjoyable at all, Tommy, so why are you doing it?
I know, no, I enjoy it. I don't care about that now, it's good crack.
Marion Evans and Anthony O'Sullivan in another RS 1800 were in third place in historics, 36.6 seconds adrift.
These are long, challenging stages, especially in an historic car like this.
They are. It's hard on the car. It's hard on, we haven't got power steering, we haven't got kinky dampers or anything, so it's all pretty mechanical in a way. So it's quite hard to, keep it on the road, keep it on the black stuff. It's quite hard.
The Welsh crew of Thomas and Uric Davis in a Mark II Ford Escort, 33.5 seconds off Marion Evans in fourth. And moving into fifth place on the final stage of day 2, John O'Donnell and Adrian Friel in their BMW M3, 33.1 seconds behind the Welsh crew of Davis and Davis. Some behind-the-scenes shots now as we talk to the clerk of the course, Eamon McGee.
This type of event takes an immense amount of organisation, over 12 months' work.
The team that's out there at the minute, it's unbelievable what they've done this weekend at the minute, to make sure that we started all stages, and hopefully it'll go to plan.
It's great to see your work come to fruition, and to watch the amount of spectators ascend on Donegal this weekend is just unbelievable.
When we went into the likes of Knockalla, and look up the hill and see what was there, it was unreal. And again, coming down the hill into Glen, once you turn the corner in Glen, just at the mass of people that was there, that all did down to the team and the people that's involved in running this event.
A new app for rally fans was launched for the Donegal International Rally, the Rally Stages app, brainchild of local man Eugene Ferry.
Eugene, the Rally Stages app, a fabulous addition to the weekend and a brainchild of your own.
Yes, it is, yeah. I started developing it about two years ago, kind of on and off, so I finally got it released this year. So I've used it in Mayo, Monaghan and now International here for the first time. So it's like a digital version of the programme, so it's interactive maps. It has street views there so that you can view the corners before and gives you directions into the corners. It has live results, notifications for your own live streaming and that. So yeah, it's kind of everything all in one.
So it's not everyone that could go and develop an app like this. Where did the idea come from?
Yeah, well, my father's been rallying for over 30 years, so I've kind of been raised around rallying and that. So I had the idea of you're going to rallies, you'd look at the map, and I'd end up going to Google Maps and to get directions myself. So I'm a software developer myself, so I just thought, why not do something that'll make things easier for our spectators.
So after 2 days of hard rallying and 14 stages in all, the leader, Matt Edwards, who's got a 16.2 seconds lead from Callum Devine, Marion Evans in third, Colin McCourt down to fourth, and David Kelly up into fifth place. That's it for part 3. Join us for the concluding stages after the break.
We've made it to day 3 of the Wilton Recycling Donegal International Rally, and our rally leader goes out to tackle that first stage of the day Garton with just a 16-second lead. So that is Matt Edwards. However, Callum Devine is not ready to give up hope on taking his second victory in a row here in Donegal. Of course, there is also serious contention for that third podium position. Can Marion Evans hold on to it? Let's continue to watch the drama unfold here in Donegal.
So, 6 stages to go on this year's Donegal International. Gartan, which is stage 15 and 18. It's been a sting in the tail for many crews that have tackled the Donegal International Rally over the years. Atlantic Drive, 12.3 kilometres, stages 16 and 19. Has to be up there with one of the best stages in the country. And the final stage is Fanad Head, 17 and 20. A really committed stage to complete the 2024 Donegal Rally. Disaster for Matt Edwards, who maintained his lead on special stage 15. He was coming under pressure though from Callum Devine. Edwards crashed into a wall on stage 16, dropped to 4th and had significant damage to his steering. He misheard a pace note, losing a minute to his rivals before making repairs ahead of the next Fanad Heads test. He ensured though he stayed within the top 4 heading into the final service halt.
Sunday in Donegal always brings its drama, Matt, but I'm sure this is drama you did not want to see at your doorstep today.
Yeah, we're on the receiving end of it again, unfortunately. Completely my fault. I just misheard a sequence of notes and was too fast into the first of 2 of them. And we just rode a wall. It was quite slow, but we just rode a wall and got back on the road, but it quite badly bent the steering arm, so we kind of tracked it out afterwards and got it somewhere near straight. And to be fair, it was all over the place, but we could go at a reasonable pace in the last stage of the loop. So we got through. We only dropped 9 to Callum and about 12 or 14 to fastest. So considering what it was driving like and the steering wheel was at a right angle, it was okay. So we did a reasonable job of salvaging it, but yeah, we're a long way back now.
We know in this event though, Matt, it's not over till it's over, and there are still podium places up for grabs.
Yeah, we're still 3rd, so we're going to try and keep hold of that. And a couple of years ago, I think the guy that was in 4th going into the last loop won the rally. So you don't wish it on anybody, but it can still happen, as we found out again. So.
Edwards lost 3.1 seconds to Callum Devine's opening Sunday stage-winning Skoda, and Devine was putting pressure on, and before he knew it, a second Donegal title was within his grasp as Edwards dropped out of the lead, and Devine now led by over half a minute.
Yeah, unfortunate there for Matt. He ploughed onto a bank and obviously got a puncture, but look, this is what happens. Look, it's 3 big stages. The biggest loop of the rally, and the biggest stage of the rally is the last one. So, yeah, look, we'll just get our head down again, refocus again, and try and go again.
Also benefiting from Edwards' off was Marion Evans, who is now 2nd in the Toyota and eyeing up his best ever finish in Donegal.
80 down, off crest. 1 right, you get a lead. Tight 3 left of the ball. Left flat right, 40. Crest goes through right over track, jump 80, 3 left. Flat right over crest, 100. Flat right over crest, bump, 100 going up. Flat right over small jump, go, going up, 1, 2 right up, 50 over crest, tight 4.
A dramatic turn of events, Marion, to your benefit here.
Yeah, it seems to be. It's unfortunate for Matt, obviously, but it's a tricky stage. I guess we're under a bit of pressure as well, but yeah, look, there's still 3 more to go, so it's a tough loop, probably the toughest loop of the weekend, I would say, so yeah, a lot to be done yet.
Sadly, this was the last we'd see of Cathal McCourt, who crashed his Fiesta into a wall on stage 15 and retired. And up to 3rd after 17 stages, and after McCourt's demise was David Kelly in the VW Polo. What a run he was having.
You're really coming into your own now in this car, David. Some impressive times in this morning's opening loop.
Yeah, no, look, we're getting comfortable with the car, and we're pushing on, and every kilometre we do, we're getting faster, so now we're happy. We kind of got ourselves into a bit of a race here in the Sunday Donegal, so I think there's no other option, just keep the hammer down.
5th, Josh Moffat and Andy Hayes in the Citroën C2 now, 9.6 seconds off Edwards. Declan Boyle was in 6th place now in the Citroën C3 Rally 2, but he was 1 minute and 22 seconds off Moffat. Gary Jennings up to 7th now in the Ford Fiesta, with the veteran Rory Kennedy calling the notes alongside him. Michael Boyle jumped 2 places from 10th to 8th in the VW Polo. 14.3 seconds behind Jennings with 3 to go.
100, Midland crest, 40 right out again, 5, got a profile, 180, 140. Hairpin right. Get the drive out of it. Absolute 4 left. 140.
Kevin Gallagher retook the modified lead on stage 15 and was quickest again on 16, but had it off on stage 17 and dropped way down the leaderboard. Declan Gallagher is the new leader of the national unmodified class in the Toyota started rear-wheel drive. And he was 9th overall, with John McCarthy calling his notes 9.3 seconds off Boyle.
Crest 100, no chicane, right in 3, 4 bales.
Oh, you bastard, you.
4 right 60. 2 and 2 left, go, over 50, keep the push on now. 2 and 1 left, go, 300 over bumps, it's all go. And a 1 left, go, 200. Down to chicane, right in 3, 4 bales.
Gallagher was, he admitted himself, nervous at the service area as he hoped to take his first Donegal win.
An unexpected twist in that last loop, Declan.
Aye, unexpected now. Kevin took big time out of us in the first two. I don't know what he'd done the same in Fanad now. We had a great run in Fanad, but it was a bit of a shock to see him not coming to the end of it now. But look, we still have a half a rally to do here, and we're not going to take nothing for granted. So we've 3 stages to do, and we'll just have to try and keep our noses clean, and hopefully everything works out.
How will you balance the emotions between excitement and nervousness going into this final loop?
I don't know. I've never been in this position before, so look, we'll just have to try and howl ahead and get through the next 3 stages and hopefully make it to the ramp.
Stuart Darcy and JJ Cremin jumped into the top 10 in the VW Polo after 17 stages. They survived those some moments on the Fanad Head stage.
It's an event that is never without drama, as we've witnessed today on day 3, of course, as well.
Yeah, look, that's the way it does. There's always this thing on the tail on it. Donegal is a big deal. It's a 3-day rally. To finish it at all is an achievement on its own, to be fair, So, look, well done to everybody, and I hope they all do finish safely, the same as ourselves. So.
Just outside the top 10, Joseph McGonigal and Kieran McGeaney in the Citroen C3 Rally 2. And in 12th place overall, moving up 1 place on stage 17, Paul Barrett and Paddy Robinson in another Citroen C3.
Day 3 of the Wilton Recycling Donegal International Rally sees the introduction of the juniors class. We get to see the talents and abilities of this future generation of motorsport. A lot of nerves and excitement on the scene this morning. So let's catch up with a few of the drivers. So Kyle, you got introduced to rallying this year, but this is your first time to tackle the Donegal stages. I'm sure you're excited about this event.
Oh, definitely excited, but nervous to get going, That's going to be a challenge. 3 great stages today.
This must be a dream come true to tackle Donegal stages.
Well, we'll start with juniors this year and hopefully go on to 3 days next year, but it'll be a good day's track with all these boys. We're having good fun all year, and the competition's that tight, it makes it, But I'll hope for a good day's track.
Jordan, you're one of the few junior drivers that competed in this event last year, so a slight advantage to you maybe.
Yeah, we advantage with new stage this morning, but we've familiarised ourselves with the last 2, so now we'll give it a good rattle and we have a bit of knowledge over them. So
Kyle McDade went out on special stage 17. Paddy Doherty and Dylan Boyce in the Honda Civic were 3rd after 3 stages for the juniors. 2nd, Ronan Dorian and Mickey Joe Brown in another Honda Civic, 11.8 seconds off the lead, which was held by Jason Wilkinson and Kieran McGinley in another Honda Civic after 3 stages.
You've got to be satisfied with the day's work so far, Jason.
That's good enough. It's tight pace there today, so it's just need to be committed, so you do, any man can take it today, to be honest.
So we're heading into the final loop, so let's turn to the other classes now, and these the overall winners of Class 9, Jason Mooney and Dara Bonner from County Donegal in a Ford Puma. Class 10 winners, Eddie and Eddie Coogan in the Peugeot 106. Class 11F victors, Gavin Russell and Daniel Callahan from Donegal in the Honda Civic. A Monaghan crew, Anthony Hand and David McCrudden, in the Mark II Ford Escort, won Class 11R. Class 12 winners were Adrian Cannon and Evan Heron in a Ford Escort G3. Conor Harvey and Eamon Doherty from Donegal almost came a cropper at the infamous McClatchy Shed location on Atlantic Drive, but survived to take Class 13 honours and 16th overall in the Mark II. Class 15 went to Jim McDowell and Shona Hale in the Subaru Impreza. Good results from our UK visitors. Class 20, Alan Brown and Mickey Donlan in the Subaru N14. Class 22, Martin O'Donnell and John Wallace, the local crew, in the Honda. Class 24, in third place, Martin Cairns and Peter Ward from County Tyrone, driving a Ford Fiesta. In second place in Class 24, Aaron McLaughlin and Darren Curran, winning the Class 24, the right-hand drive Ford Fiesta of Gary Jennings and Rory Kennedy. Class RC3 went to Brendan Comiskey and Arthur Kieran's in the Ford Fiesta. The RC4 class in fourth place was Matthew Boyle, the youngest of the Boyle family, home safe and sound. In third place, Keelan Grogan and Ayrton Sherlock in the Peugeot 208. Second, Kyle McBride and Darren Mullen in the Peugeot Rally 4. And the winners were Ryan McHugh and Declan Boyle in the Ford Fiesta Rally 4. Juniors top three, Jason Tees and Jordan Green in the Honda Civic. Second, Ronan Dorian and Mickey Joe Brown in another Honda Civic. And the Honda Civic of Jason Wilkinson and Kieran McGinley made it a 1-2-3 for Donegal in the junior class.
Lucky enough, I think it was 14 seconds off running, and unfortunately Ron got a puncture. We put him back a bit, so that was good to get to the finish. Anyway, this is my first time doing Donegal. It's great to get it won, so it is. Get over the ramp.
In the historics, Michael McDade and Declan Casey were the early leaders, but they hit trouble on Atlantic Drive and dropped way down the leaderboard in the Ford Escort. So third went to John O'Donnell and Aidan Friel in the BMW M3. Marion Evans and Anthony O'Sullivan were second in the Ford Escort RS 1800. And provisionally winning the historic class, Tommy O'Connell and Paul Hughes in the Ford Escort.
Great one. It's always good to win Donegal now. It's great event, great weekend, brilliant.
But it's not all about the prize winners, though, and with over 200 entries for this year's event. Let's have a look now at some of the action from further down the field at this year's Wilton Recycling Donegal International Rally. So as you come to the victory round, the top modifieds, in 6th place, Frank and Lauren Kelly in the Ford Escort Mark II.
1 left and right flat line again, 200, down 4 left, 4 right, 3 left line, 4 left, 4 right, 3 left line, 4 left, 4 right, 3 left line, 40, 2 right, 3 left in over the crest, 2 right, 3 left in over the crest, 66 right, 3 left in, 66 right, 6 right, 3 left is long, into 3 right clip, 3 left is long, into 3 right clip, 150.
Desi Keenan gave himself an unintended tail fin after a big moment on stage 18, but he and Jason McKenna brought the Ford Escort Mark II in 5th place in modified. Fourth, Scotland's David Bogie and his co-driver John Rowan from County Antrim in the Ford Escort Mark II. Third, David Moffat and Martin Connolly from County Monaghan in the rear-wheel drive Toyota Starlet. Second, the Monaghan pairing of Gary McPhillips and Paul Sheridan in a Mark II Ford Escort. But the winners, and for the first time on their home event, Declan Gallagher and John McCarthy win the national class in the rear-wheel drive Toyota Starlet.
This is a big one. It's got to be the pinnacle of your rallying career to date.
That's as good as it gets, Bríd. That's just as good as it gets. We're here to Mount Donegal on the ramp is savage, unreal. I can't describe how good it is, to be honest. We put a lot of effort under notes and a lot of effort in all week to preparing the car, and Neil and all the boys done a brilliant job with the car, and to John here to come up from Killarney to do the recce and the rally. I can't thank him enough, and our sponsors and everybody that got us here, my own family, Siobhan and Donegal and Irla. Everybody, it's a team effort and a massive team. I couldn't mention everybody that helped us along the road.
How nail-biting was that final Fanad stage, John?
Oh, talk to me. It was the longest stage ever. So it was. But look, I'm delighted for Declan. In fairness, he's been trying for years, and it's a pleasure for me to be part of it.
The top overall then. Mechanical issues in the final loop for Declan Boyle's son dropped way down the leaderboard. Declan's son, though, Michael, brought his polo home in 6th place, fighting back from a time-sapping puncture on Lough. Josh Moffat's attempt for his second Donegal win never really got going after suffering from pop-off valve and power steering issues on Friday. In 4th place, a spin on the Garton stage for Edwards added insult to injury after his early drama on Sunday afternoon. It dropped him 4.8 seconds behind Moffat with one stage remaining. But knowing the value of every single tarmac championship point, Edwards attacked Donegal's Fanad Heads finale stage to seal a 4th place finish. 4 stage wins highlighted David Kelly's speed in his home county as he secured a maiden podium finish on an Irish tarmac event. A runner-up finish for Marion Evans and stand-in co-driver Ger Conway. It was an impressive achievement for the Iris's Irish tarmac debut. Bit of drama for Callum Devine before the end. His 37.5 second lead was wiped out really on Donegal's penultimate Garton test when he spun, and Evans' Toyota Yaris was only 20.3 seconds adrift with one stage to go. But Devine kept his emotions in check and made a smooth run through Fanad Head, recording a 17.4 second win that puts him back on top of the driver's standings for 2024.
We were here to witness how magical this moment was for you this time last year. How do you sum it up, 2 in a row?
No, it's absolutely amazing. The first one was hard to believe. Now the second one, obviously 2 in a row and 2 different cars. no, it's a brilliant weekend, and I'm so thankful for this whole team around me. Like, it's just making this all happen, and it's pretty special even just to get this experience now with them and all again. So, no, thrilled.
It was certainly a team effort this weekend, Noel.
Yeah, look, the car landed late last week, and it was a bit unknown for us this weekend, but Callum drove great. Look, it's fantastic. It's really special. We grew up watching this rally, so yeah, to win it twice now is super.
I believe if someone had told you on Thursday evening you had second spot, you would have accepted it.
Yeah, definitely. Obviously, things pan out. You always want to win, but still, second is really good for us. I mean, we weren't too sure where we were at with the car coming here really, and Friday was okay, but we had a small problem that maybe held us back a little bit. But after that, I mean, we've been bang at the front really. So yeah, I'm very happy. We found the speed we knew we had in us, and yeah, hopefully from the start next time, then we can hit the ground running and really fight for the win.
A very popular third place holder in front of your home crowd. What a performance this weekend, David.
Yeah, no, look, we're happy. We spoke to service earlier on. We knew there was a couple of boys trying hard there for it, and I didn't know if I was going to come out on top for the third place, but no, look, we did, and we're happy. Now, we tried hard. Now, if I told you I wasn't trying to be lying, we tried to give it everything we could there in the last couple of stages. So, no, we're happy. We're over the moon. Couldn't ask for more.
Matt, it was such a consistent drive up until today.
It's obviously not gone quite to plan, but, you know, you put it in perspective, it is a sport, you know, we're in a privileged position to be able to do it. You know, and there was a time in my life where it was the only thing I lived for, but, you know, those times have changed a little bit, and I'm lucky to go home to somebody that's, you know, really supportive of me, and Jess, my wife, and the kids are my world now, and it gives a bit of perspective on the whole thing that, you know, it's not everything. It would have been a dream to win it, but at the same time, you know, we're lucky to be doing what we do, and we've got to keep that in mind.
So the top five, Devine wins, 17.4 seconds separated him and Evans. Kelly a magnificent third, Edwards fourth, and Moffat in fifth place. As we speak to the Donegal chairman, Brian Brogan.
Couldn't ask for better. Cooperation from all the spectators and all the residents was fantastic.
We had a visit to the control room as well during the event. What a spectacle.
Yeah, that's something we've been working on now for some time. We've been working now with all the emergency services the last 4 years. They've done a great job. They're all delighted to work with us. We're delighted to work with them. Everything in the interest of safety is fantastic, and throughout everything that happened over the weekend, everybody's in the control room. They have access to it, and it's a real help to run on the sport and makes everything work very, very well, very, very safe for the whole town as well as everything in the rally as well. It's fantastic.
Well, that's it for the Wilton Recycling Donegal International Rally 2024. As unpredictable as ever, and oh my God, what a show. A fantastic result for the Derry man Callum Devine and co-driver Noel O'Sullivan as they take back-to-back victories here. Will they return in 2025 to make it a hat-trick? We'll have to wait patiently and see. But for Declan Gallagher and John McCarthy, a nail-biting finish over that final stage in Fanad, but worth it. They take victory in the national title, and that is a coveted award amongst his peers here in Donegal especially. Congratulations to all involved in the running out of a fantastic event. We've certainly enjoyed our time. We hope you've enjoyed watching. But for now, from myself and the team, Slán go fóill.
For those watching on YouTube, we will leave you now with some more action from across the 3 exceptional days of rallying in Donegal. Till the next time, bye for now.
Oh,